Several years ago, I visited a museum in the Commonwealth dedicated to remembering the over 1,500 lives lost on the RMS Titanic's tragic maiden voyage. In honor of the 100th anniversary of the Titanic's voyage and the many lives that were lost, we revisit that story tonight. The origins of the museum are startling. After writing to many of the survivors of the Titanic, Ed realized there was no central location for survivors of the sinking to donate their personal belongings to.
It was quite surprising that all of them were very much interested in this. They were getting on in years and their memories were beginning to fade about the tragedy, and we wanted to get their memories as quickly as we could before they faded out of existence. And a lot of them were really relieved that someone was willing to take the responsibility to take care of their precious artifacts.
However, out of all of the relics and mementos donated to the museum, what you will not find at the Titanic Historical Society are artifacts which have been salvaged from the wreck since its discovery in the fall of 1985 by Dr. Robert Ballard.
We want nothing to do with salvage items. To us, it represents a gravesite, and I know of at least 3 survivors of the Titanic who have since died and had their ashes scattered over the wreck site. And Dr. Robert Ballard was kind enough to put a plaque down on the stern of the ship in memory of Bill Needham, who was our former president, and also for the memory of the 1,500 souls that perished in the disaster. From plates and dishes to the shipyard blueprints of the Titanic, the museum contains some of the greatest treasures related to the sinking of the vessel, including the original ice warning received by the Titanic, warning it of impending icebergs in her path. The wireless message is very important because this was sent to the Titanic, but it was never delivered to the bridge. They were just too busy at the time, and so they simply spiked this message. And it tells of the positions of 2 icebergs that the people from the America had seen, and Titanic eventually hit one of those 2 bergs.
What is the legacy of the Titanic? Has it yet to be determined, or has the story already been told?
The story has been told and retold again and again, and I guess what you're getting nowadays is the revisionist history. People are talking about the brittle steel and the poor rivets that the poor quality rivets that the Titanic had. This is all nonsense. I mean, she was built on a cost-plus basis and had battleship quality steel, and it was just that she was not built to ram an iceberg.